Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX. Welcome to your home for Good Clean Gaming. I'm dedicated to bringing you great games that are free of the profanity, nudity, and sexuality that are so common in today's games, and creating a safe space for gamers of all ages to enjoy great video games. If that sounds good to you, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you like this video, you know what to do. With that, let's begin today's video. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Star Citizen. And since it's been almost a year at this point, since my illegal monitor missions with 317.2, I've decided to go ahead and make another video today on the changes that came about in 318 and 319, and basically go over one of those missions in the stock starter ship. I have gone ahead and upgraded my Aurora, and I now have 4 weapons on it, but those can be purchased at the cost of a few $1,000s, or Alpha UEC. So it's pretty easy to get that upgraded and give you the little extra firepower. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my cruise control. We're going to get into the contract manager here. We're going to look up mercenary here, and we're going to look for these illegal monitors detected. So there are 3 of them currently up. We've got one around Microtech, one around Calliope, and one around Clio. Any of these will work. They're all 20,000, just as they used to be. I'm going to go ahead and we'll take this one around Clio, and we're going to track that one, and I'm going to go ahead and head out and do that. So I'm going to spool up my quantum drive here with B. Align on the target as always, and then hold B to initiate the quantum travel. Now I am going to go ahead and do this first one with my mouse and keyboard, just to show that it can be done, and then we'll go ahead and do it with a joystick, or with my 2 joystick setup, just to show you, if you're running with 2 joysticks, how much easier it can be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to set my power triangle over here to the default, where it's balanced between the 3, as trying to switch between those with the default keybinds is a bit of a pain. I don't have my keybinds set up for using my mouse and keyboard, because I'm used to using my joysticks. Go ahead and we'll jump to the top one here, OM1. So I guess it's going to give us a better selection of points to jump to in our orbit. So the first thing to notice when you get to one of these illegal monitor missions is that at first the 3 contacts that you should have are going to be the monitors themselves. So we're going to go ahead and warp in here. I'm going to head over to these missions. So I'm hitting tab on my keyboard, which is the default keybind for the radar ping. And I'm going to go ahead and get over to the mission marker here and take a look at where these monitors are at. As you can see, there's probably one here. Oh, no, that's just the protection satellite for the monitor. We do have permission to be here because we have the mission. Otherwise, getting too close. Okay, so each of these then are, those are all NPCs. Deselect them and continue scanning here and see about finding. Yep, okay, so here's one. We are going to go ahead and we'll lock this one in, just so that we know that this is one of them. There we go, perfect. So that one's got that one locked in. Go ahead and look around for the rest of them here. I do recommend tagging each of these before you start taking out the targets, because that was a big one. It's always better to have them all marked than have to go. There we go. Good. And we'll go ahead and find the last one here. Generally, you have two of them next to each other, and then a third off by itself. So I'm kind of stringing these out a little bit. Nope, not that one. There's our monitor. Not that one either. And that one is marked already. So we'll see if we can find the last one here. Oftentimes they're in kind of a triangular shape. There we go. This should be our last one down here. That one in. Okay, so we do have all three of them here. We've got these locked in, so I'm going to go ahead and start targeting these and getting them knocked out. I'm going to go ahead and swap this so that I'm basically have my targeting reticle is where I'm attempting to hit instead of where my shots are actually going. Doesn't look like my first weapons are recharging, so we're just going to have to go with the first set here. Okay, one down. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and head over to the next. We'll lock him in. We do have several other ships now flying around, and we want to be a little bit careful of those. Try and string them out a little bit so that they're not targeting us at the same time as we are shooting these, if at all possible. Of course, they are going to be coming after us because they're pirates trying to defend these. Oh goodness, that was a rather large weapons fire there, and I'm not sure whether that's the satellite. That might be the communications satellite protector there. Almost got this one down. There we go, perfect. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and we'll look for the last one now. We've got 2 minutes and change to get this last one taken care of. Shouldn't have too much issue with that. I'm going to go ahead and bring my speed limiter down here just a little bit as soon as I get close. That's not it. That's not it either. There we go. That's the one we want. But then as soon as I get close, I'm going to go ahead and bring that down. There we go. Good. So we've got them strung out behind us there. Go ahead and light this up, and I'm basically just going to try and orbit around this thing. Keep some good shots into it. Our shields are still very much intact. So we're good as far as that goes. Almost hit that one there. And there we go. So that's all three. So we can go ahead at this point and get out of here if we wish to. Or we can go ahead and kill off... Oh goodness, that was close. Go ahead and kill off these other fighters. So the first one does get us the 20,000 Alpha UEC, just getting the... getting these guys taken out. Go ahead and see if we can take this guy out as well. Small enough, we should be able to get him without too much issue. Those shields down.
Radar contact.
And if we can keep his shields from recharging. Then we can get him. Using my speed limiter here to keep, there we go, perfect, to keep myself from running over these as we're flying around. This one's a little bit larger. That's a prospector, but those are not the best as far as targeting and actually hitting me goes. We're taking a little bit of fire here now from these guys, so we may just want to call this a win and get out of here. Our shields are coming back up again, so as you can see, it's more than possible, even with just the Aurora, to take care of these. Here we go. Take care of these ships. I'm going to go ahead and throw my power over to shields, and we'll try and get those charged up again. There we go. So we've got those done. I'm going to go ahead and we'll spool up the quantum drive here, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. There's not really a whole lot of use in us sticking around. Even if we took out the other, 4 or 5 things, it's only a few more thousand. And we can go ahead and jump over here and get out of there. So we'll go ahead and take a look now and take a look and find a second one here. Legal monitors, let's see here, Calliope, Microtech, Euterpe. Really any of these will work. Go ahead and we'll take the Euterpe one. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll swap to joysticks and do this the way it's supposed to be done. It's always fun when you end up swapping over to your native, what you're used to working with, and getting all the axes of control all at once. It goes much easier being able to use mouse and keyboard, or being able to use joystick, sorry, instead of mouse and keyboard. So personally, I've got mine set up so that I've got all of my rotations on my right stick, and all of my strafes and speed are on my left stick. Of course, if you've got twin sticks, you may have a different setup or have a different way of doing it. That's fine. Whatever works for you. I would say probably the buttons and commands that you want to have available to you at quick command would be the ones that are controlling your speed, your weapons selection or priority, so that your power selection, your targeting controls, You also want your boost to be readily handy. And probably your scan button as well. Come on, you should have another one over here. There we go. Okay, so we've got one monitor here. Go ahead and lock him in. Perfect. And we're locking them in, of course, by just getting close enough that the system recognizes that we've gotten to them. Keep scanning here, and we'll see if we can find these other two. I think this is probably both of them here. There we go. There's another one there. I think you generally just have to get within about 2,000, 3,000 meters or so. And we'll go ahead and get over to this one here. Just rotating around to bleed off any G's so that I don't black out. Okay, so we found all three. We'll go ahead and knock these out. Swap over to my weapons here so that they recharge a little faster. And we'll get all three of these knocked out here pretty quickly. One down. And my general rule of thumb for closing on a target here is that you want to be going only 1/10 of the speed of your distance. Switch over to shields here and then back to weapons quickly and see if that'll fix. There we go. See if that'll fix my weapons. For some reason, they don't like charging. Ooh, drop some flares there. They're getting trigger happy with their missiles. You definitely want to be able to do that as well. And there's a third. Or a second, sorry. And we'll go ahead and get this third one here. Drop a flare quickly so that I don't have to deal with the missile coming up behind me. Hopefully these guys are just going to zoom right past. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Good. And we'll be able to deal with this guy unhindered for right now. As you can see, I'm definitely having some problems with my weapons. They don't appear to be working really at all. Oop, stay away from those ballistics. Start taking fire from a ballistic weapon in there and they're actually scoring hits, it's a good idea to just break. Especially against NPCs, they're not really good enough to get you with any sort of regularity, as long as you stay mobile. These M50s are fast little things. I like taking them out first. So I don't have to worry about them, but I also don't want to take, oh goodness, too many hits from that eclipse behind me. So I'm going to roll them off. Find out which one that is. That's the prospector, that's not it. That's not it either. That's not it either. Oh, come on. There's one of these that's running ballistics. It's not that one either. And I want to find that one. Mustang Delta. This is one of the starter ships, so it should be. Goodness. There it is! Yep, no, you don't want to get in front of those. It's an Aurora. Goodness. They are chewing me up, so we are going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm just going to start a roll here to try and get away from them. Goodness. Bring our shields up. Whew. That was a nasty little one. Of course, we're having a spot of difficulty here because we've only got power to 2 of our weapons instead of all 4. So that's making it a little more challenging. Go. We'll turn and
radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact.
ooh.
Hydrogen fuel is at 50%. Radar contact.
Shields are critical. There we go. Perfect. So we've got him out. That eliminates our threats from the ballistics. Go ahead and take this guy down as well. It's one of those M50s. They're really, really small and maneuverable. If you can get a good line on him. Of course, the server desync is not helping either. May have to leave those ones alone. Focus on the big ones first. Take out the prospector. That's a larger one. Definitely having some severe issues with weapons improperly charging here, and not even being able to fire some of them. Alright, good, we've got a prospector's shields down. Keep up some fire here so that we keep shields down on it. The Aurora, especially when only one of your lasers, or only two of your lasers are charging, has got plenty of firepower, plenty of bullets, so to speak. Projectiles. There we go. Starting to win the battle on that one. Stay out of the way of the nose on it, because it does have a couple of distortion repeaters on it. Distortion cannons, one or the other. But they're not very maneuverable, so just kind of dance around them here. One gone out. So each of these are worth 500 alpha UEC. Power the shields here quickly and get those recharging.
Radar contact.
The server desync is really making this difficult, so obviously at any time you can just exit this and pick up another mission. There we go. There's some good shots into him. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and call this a win as well. And we'll get out of here. And we just go ahead and align on any of these other any jump locations. And get out of here and break contact. Whew, and there we go. Definitely taken some damage to the ship here. It's not so evident at this point because they're having some issues with damage showing up on the ships. But if we go back inside here, you can see that I've taken some damage to my left side there. So we'll definitely need to get that repaired. But for now, we're going to go ahead and leave that there. That is the new and updated illegal monitor missions. They are essentially the same. You just have a little bit more to deal with as far as the NPCs go. If you found this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up down below. And consider hitting that subscribe button. And we will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Ta-ta.